The state superintendent paid a visit to San Diego today during schools hit hard by last week's storm.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from Spring Valley with the help now being offered by the state and how this district is preparing for yet another round of rain. Kelly.
Right, everyone is keeping a close eye on the forecast. Now, I'm told one of the big reasons why Bancroft Elementary flooded is because all of the water that flowed down Dictionary Hill. I'm told that storm drains in this area were clogged as well. And now those drains have been cleared ahead of next week's rain. State Superintendent Tony Thurmond agrees infrastructure issues statewide are a problem.
There are definitely things from an infrastructure standpoint that the state can always do. But what we can't do is fully account for Mother Nature. And what we've seen in these last several years is that between flooding and fires, our schools have had to deal with a new normal of disasters that disrupt class time.
And the rain was coming down pretty hard today as we spoke to Thurmond. We have video as he toured Bancroft and its classrooms, surveying some of the damage. Last week, the floors were soaked. They were caked with mud from the storm because of mold issues. A lot of work had to be done, but a lot of progress has happened. An insurance adjuster was even on site today. Thurmond, who announced last fall he is running for governor in 2026, says he wants to see what the state can do to help expedite the process to make sure the school gets reimbursed faster. Meanwhile, he says the state is giving out gift cards to families that can be used for food, books, and supplies. The district tells me of the 450 students who were displaced from Bancroft, 42 of those students' homes were badly flooded. Now, keep in mind, this is a school where he says several kids had been experiencing homelessness to begin with. So a lot of financial struggles. I asked the La Mesa Spring Valley superintendent what an estimate on the damage to the school is, and here's what he said.
Multi-millions of dollars thus far, and that's just going to be in order to get classrooms reopened. That is by no way going to address all of the damage that's been done here. That's going to put dry floors into our classrooms and create safe spaces, but there's still so much more that's going to be needed here.
And besides fixing the classrooms as well as the buildings, there were a lot of children who were inside these classrooms last week when the floodwaters came, and there was talk today about making sure there were plenty of counselors on hand if they're needed. Heather and Jesse.
Now, Kelly, any idea of a timeline of when students might be able to return to the school? Do we know if it's scheduled to reopen?
Yeah, I asked that question today. They said that they're hoping to open Bancroft before the end of the month. They did have a lot of contractors out here working very hard today. But again, everybody's looking ahead to the rain next week, just hoping that we don't see the same kind of flooding that we saw last week.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can get through this next storm. Kelly, thank you.